shout out to Lee Brown.
What up? What up? What up? Ladies and gents, boys and girls, you are now tuned in to a brand new video of Sportsway with Dray podcast. I am your host with the most, the Hood's ESPN, Crystal Street's very own Dray. What's up? What's up? What's up? Once again, thank y'all for y'all continued support of the podcast. Keep it going, keep it growing, keep it flowing. If you haven't already, it's right there on the bottom of the screen. Subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell as well, so that way once a video is uploaded, you will get a notification letting you know that I dropped a new video. Like the video, share the video, leave a comment, tell a friend to tell a friend, all that good stuff. This video here, man, oh man, oh man. What was inspired by this video was my last video that I dropped. I want to say it was late Monday night, Tuesday. And it was basically me having another conversation with Jason Whitlock as it pertains to his obsession with Caitlyn Clark, and now he wants to blame the lesbians in the WNBA for what has happened to Caitlyn Clark. So when I saw the clip that he did, I was working and the clip just sprung on my Facebook feed. I was like, oh no, I gotta cook up on this because this is getting ridiculous now. Like, everybody keeps pampering to this young lady, and they're not getting to the main source of what the problem is as it pertains to her. And in that video, I broke it down. It's basically her. She's to blame for this. It's not lesbians in the WNBA. It's not all these other excuses that everybody keeps making up. It's her. She's the reason why. And so the reaction that I have been getting has been amazing, to say the least. And I want to thank everybody who has reposted a reel that I did on YouTube, reposted anything that I posted on my IG account, my Facebook, anybody, TikTok. I appreciate it. So this is what inspired me to do this video, because like, I love the crash outs. I'm not gonna lie. I love the crash outs. Like, these Caitlyn Clark stands, they crash out like a mofo. And listen, it's not just white folks that are Caitlyn Clark stands. There's some black folks too that are Caitlyn Clark stands and that are toxic as well. So it's not just white Caitlyn Clark fans. There's black Caitlyn Clark fans that are just as delusional. So this video here is strictly dedicated to all of these Caitlyn Clark stands, because I'm going to unpack a lot in this. I'm trying to do this within 40 minutes because I got stuff to do. So I'm going to try to unpack this within 40 minutes. And basically at the end of it, y'all take it the way y'all want to take it. It is what it is. But, you know, people like the Caitlyn Clark stands, when you break truth to them, they have this thing where they say, oh, you a hater. You're a hater. You're a hater. You hate this. You hate this white lady. I don't hate Caitlyn Clark. Why would I hate her? I don't know her from a hole in the wall. She ain't taking no money out my pocket or none of that. So why would I hate her? And then people say, oh, you're doing this for views. You're doing this for views. I hate to break it to y'all, but I don't have that many views. I don't. There's plenty of videos that I've done where they didn't even crack 100 views. I don't care for the views. I don't do this for the money. even though soon I could be monetized, but that's not why I'm doing this. I'm doing this because I'm a fan of the sport. I'm a fan of basketball and have been for 35 years. I'm 40 years old. I speak the truth. That's all I do. Now, if y'all got a problem with what I say, that's on y'all. But for y'all to be on some hater this and, oh, you're a racist, and no. Far from that. Far from that. I'm a truth teller is what I am. And sometimes when you tell the truth, some people can't accept it. And her stands can't accept everything that I've said about her. But let's unpack this right now. The whole hating Caitlyn Clark thing, that's far from the truth, okay? And the reason why I don't hate Caitlyn Clark is that if you really did your research, now there are a core people out there that know me very well in this podcast space. I've been podcasting for about 8 years now, okay? I can walk you down on my YouTube channel how many times I have done episodes, videos, speaking about Caitlyn Clark, acknowledging Caitlyn Clark and giving her flowers. Okay? I'm going to break that all down for you right now. And it's in a 10-month to year span. Okay? When she returned against the New York Liberty last season, I think she scored a triple double, if I'm not mistaken. I remember it so well because I was at work. I was working at the hospital at the time. I was in SIU doing my work, and I was watching the game on my phone, and she went to work on my New York Liberty. Even gave us our first loss of the season, and she had a triple double. That night, I went home, did a video. I acknowledged Caitlyn Clark. So clearly, I don't hate her if I'm acknowledging her, right? So we can debunk that already, but I got plenty more. I did a video. Caitlyn Clark, angelreese effect. How the WNBA has risen in popularity because of these two young women. Now, granted, they got core fan bases, Caitlyn Clark and angelreese. All right? They got angelreese stands, you got Caitlyn Clark stands. But them Caitlyn Clark stands are too toxic. Too toxic for my liking. But that's not what this is about. That video I did was talking about the impact that they have on the WNBA. And how, certain games had to move to NBA arenas to accommodate both of their fan bases, primarily Caitlyn Clark's fan bases. Because a lot of people were coming from other cities to come see her play. So let's say the Washington Mystics, they played in a small arena. When Caitlyn Clark came to town, they had to move it to the Washington Wizards building where they played a game. So you went from playing in a 5,000, 6,000 arena to now you're going to be playing in, 10 to 13,000 people? Probably even more. So that was a video where I acknowledged her and I gave her her flowers. The same thing with angelreese. Another video I did when she won, when she was on the Time magazine cover. I think that was 2024. I think she was on a Time magazine cover. So I did a video where I basically said she deserved it. Because the question was, did she deserve it? And I absolutely agreed that she was. Absolutely. In 2024, she, granted, she didn't win a national championship, but all the records she broke in college and all the notoriety that she got and all of this, that, the third, her being the number one pick in the 2024 draft, her announcing that she's getting her own sneaker, yada, yada, yada. I acknowledged that young woman and said, yeah, she definitely deserves to be on the Time magazine of Sports Athlete of the Year. Then we fast forward to her rookie year, where she won Rookie of the Year. And for me, when the season first started, the 2024 season, when it started, before the All-Star break / Olympic break, For me, the Rookie of the Year race was tied between Angelreese and Caitlyn Clark. They both were doing well for their teams at the time. They both were breaking countless records. Contrary to popular belief, Angelreese broke some records too in her rookie year. Caitlyn Clark broke records in her rookie year. Granted, Indiana was struggling. They come back from the Olympic break, and Indiana just goes on a tear. The head-to-head battle between Caitlyn Clark and Angelreese, I think they played 4 or 5 times that year. I don't remember. But Caitlyn Clark won the majority of those games. Caitlyn Clark and the Indiana Fever won the majority of those games. So I did a video where I gave a wake-up call to everybody and was like, yo, she's the Rookie of the Year. She's the Rookie of the Year. So how am I hating on this girl? I'm giving y'all the proof that I have no issue with this girl. I just tell the truth. That's all I do is tell the truth. I did another video where she recorded her first ever triple-double. Her first ever triple-double in her rookie year. I don't remember who she played, but yes, I did a video. If you go through my channel and you'll see it, it's titled Her Story and her face is in the thumbnail. I did a video acknowledging that she recorded her first ever triple-double in the WNBA. Then I did a video about her going against Diana Taurasi for the first time. If y'all remember, Diana Taurasi had some, I wouldn't say she had harsh things to say about Caitlyn Clark. She basically was like that how, and I think this was the year she was getting ready to join the WNBA. And Diana Taurasi and Sue Bird, they had this special that they had when the NCAA tournaments was taking place. And she was basically saying that how, basically there's levels to this. And basically, I'm paraphrasing, she's going to find out soon that the W is not what it's cracked out to be. All that hype that you had in college, it's not going to equal to anything in the pros. I'm basically paraphrasing what she's saying. And, you had those people out there saying that she was hating and yada, yada, yada. No, she was giving her the reality like, yo, what you did in college was dope. But now you about to step on the court with some grown women. None of that stuff matters anymore. We're going to really see what you made of. That was basically what she said. And if I'm not mistaken, I think Indiana might have won that game. And she played well in that game as well. Then another video. I did a video about Caitlyn Clark and Angelreese again when I said this was the new rivalry in the WNBA. So I have all this proof to show y'all that I don't hate this young woman. I don't. There's no reason to hate her. No reason at all. See, when you tell the truth and you know what you're talking about, people deem it as hating. But if I did a bunch of videos where I glazed her like a lot of these motherfuckers is doing, they'll love me. But being that I'm telling the truth on what I'm speaking about, I'm a hater. I'm a racist. I'm this, that, the third. No. Far from it. Far from it. Now, where did the shift change? Where did this venom come from? I'll tell you where it came from. It all started when everybody started putting her in these conversations that has not been warranted and hasn't been earned. And the primary suspects for this is the media. I'm talking ESPN. I'm talking Fox Sports. I'm talking Associated Press. Anybody that's high up in sports media, they're the reason why the shift changed, because they kept putting this girl in conversations that wasn't warranted. The girl has done nothing that would put her in conversations with some of the greatest players that the world has ever seen in women's basketball. Impact-wise, I give her that. Popularity-wise, I give her that. I did a video. The Associated Press put together their 15 greatest women's college basketball players of all time. And somehow, some way, they decided to put Caitlyn Clark on first team with the likes of Cheryl Miller, Candace Parker, who else? Who else was on that list? Breanna Stewart. I'm trying to remember. Oh, and Diana Taurasi. That was the first team. I took offense to it because on the second team, you had Sue Bird, you had Maya Moore. These were players that were much greater than Caitlyn Clark in college. Shamika Holsclaw, she was also on that list, if I'm not mistaken. And she got left off of first team. And you can make a case that she could have been on the first team because Shamika Holsclaw is, well, until Breanna Stewart did it, she led Tennessee to 3 straight national title games. One of them just happened to be a perfect season. So she was the first player, the cornerstone of those Lady Vols, coached by the late, great Pat Summitt. And you mean to tell me that she couldn't make first team? Oh, but Caitlyn Clark got to make it because she broke all these records in college. Okay, you broke all those records in college, but what did it equal to? Not a damn thing. See, what Caitlyn Clark stands fail to understand is when you play basketball, when you play any sport, the goal is to win. That's the goal. We don't do participation trophies over here. We don't stat pat over here. And when you step on the basketball court, when you step on the baseball field, when you step on the gridiron in football, I don't play hockey, but once you step on that ice, the goal is to win. Not, get all these points and get all these rebounds and get all these assists. Oh, let me break all these records so I can seem important. Okay, you broke all those records, but what did it equal to? Nothing. Granted, you got the 2 national championship games. 2. And what happened in both of those games? You lost both of them. You lost to Angelreese, which a lot of people have an issue with, and that's where all of this started. That's where all of this started, right then and there. And then the following year, she lost to South Carolina on their way to a perfect season. So she had her opportunities to win. She just didn't answer the bell. So y'all want to be mad at somebody, be mad at her. She had a chance to win 2 national title games, and in both of those games, she didn't play well. But see, y'all gloss over that though. Y'all gloss over that. Oh, she took a bunch of nobodies to the national title game. Okay, so why didn't she win? Y'all putting her on this pedestal. So that's my only that's my thing right there. Like, if y'all want to hype this girl up, which a lot of these people have, she has to answer the bell. And unfortunately, she hasn't answered the bell. So yeah, when everybody was putting her in these conversations, it was getting on my nerves. It was pissing me all the way off. Because I've been watching the WNBA since 1997. And there's been so many great players that have come across that league and stepped on that hardwood and put their blood, sweat, and tears into it. So the fact that you got delusional fans hyping this young woman up, calling her the best in the world, calling her a GOAT, and this, that, and the third, it pissed me all the way off. It was becoming too much to the point where it's like, nah, I got to speak my truth now because enough is enough now. Y'all doing too much. All y'all had to do was let this young woman play the game that she loved. But y'all couldn't do that, though. Y'all wanted to ring the alarm. Well, guess what? I answered it. And now there's no stopping me now. Call it hate. Call it whatever you want. It is what it is. I've done nothing but spoke the truth about this young lady, and that's it. But again, like I said in that video a few days ago, I said everybody wants to blame a back injury, a groin injury, which she has been injured. Remember, last year, she missed damn near all season. She played 13 games last season. 13 games. Sat out for the rest of the season. Had a groin injury. Like, that was basically the end of her season. I think during the season, I think she did have a back injury. In fact, I think the game that she came back against the Liberty and went to work on them and gave them their first loss last year, I think that might have been the game that she came back from a back injury. But the point is that everybody keeps making these excuses for her, and y'all not getting to the main source. The person that is responsible for her, I know people are saying the word downfall for her. I wouldn't use the word downfall, but the person that's responsible for these blunders is the person that she sees in the mirror every morning, which would be her. Her style of play has not worked, and it hasn't been working. It hasn't been working. And that's the thing that her fans cannot accept. Her stands can't accept. They will make every excuse in the book for this girl, but they don't get to the root of it. Her style of play has not worked on any level. One would think, whoa, my style's not working. Maybe I need to better my game. Maybe I need to tweak a few things. Nope, not her. She's played the same way since college. Licking up threes. Remember those logo threes y'all love so much. Now, when she was in college, I will admit she was rocking the house with those logo threes. But see, that's college. This is pros now. It's a different element now. You can't play that same way. You can't play the same way you did in college. You're playing grown ass women now. But now let's speak to college. Do y'all know what school she went to? She went to Iowa, right? Now, I Googled something real quick, and I want to show y'all something real quick. Yes, she was a 5-star recruit in 2020. Yes, she was in the top 5. Yes, she was one of the top 5 students. Top 5 players. Was heavily recruited by top-tier programs before committing to Iowa over finalists Notre Dame and Iowa State. Other notable schools that offered included Oregon, Oregon State, Texas, and Florida. The finalist was Iowa, Notre Dame, Iowa State. Now, look at that UConn situation. While UConn was her childhood dream school, it didn't come through. She wanted to be close to home, and she wanted to play for Lisa Bluter, I think her name was. She chose schools that was going to allow her to play the way that she plays. I'm almost certain, as she went to Texas, I don't think Coach Vic, if he was there at the time, I don't think he would have allowed her to play like that. If she would have went to Notre Dame, I'm almost certain Coach Ivy wouldn't allowed her to play that way. You know what schools I didn't see there? Again, UConn wasn't there. Gino Auriemma damn sure was not going to let her play that style of basketball. South Carolina wasn't there. Dawn Staley damn sure was not going to allow her to play that way. LSU, Kim Mulkey was not going to let her play that style of basketball. It just wasn't going to happen. Stanford, Coach Tara Vanderveer, he was not going to let her play that style of basketball. So she went to a program that was going to enable her to play the way that she's played. So she chose Iowa. She's from Iowa. She wanted to stay close to home. The people there know her. So she wanted to be somewhere comfortable. And I get that. Sometimes you want to be comfortable. But like I said, your style of play has been detrimental to you. You haven't improved your game at all since college. In fact, you've kind of got worse. Now, obviously, we know your defense is abysmal. You never had defense. We know that already. Your field goal percentage has plummeted. Your 3-point percentage has plummeted. You're a hell of a flopper now at this point. Like, I know you love LeBron James and you call LeBron James the GOAT. I think you might have taken some lessons from him as it pertains to being a choke artist, as it pertains to being a flopper. But yeah, her style of play has been detrimental to her. And see, her stands don't want to accept that. They want to blame everybody else. In her rookie year, did she get some hard fouls on her? I will admit, yes, she had. Listen, her first year, she got some hard fouls. I'm not going to sit here and act like she didn't. I would be hella biased to say that wasn't the case. I got to keep it real. Some of those fouls were excessive on her. I will admit that. I will most certainly admit that. But see, here's the thing. You're the number 1 pick coming into the draft, coming into the league. You got all this hype revolved around you. Those women are going to put you to the test. They want to see if you're mentally ready to play in this league. Okay, we know you got the tools. We know you got the talent. But we're going to put you to the test, and we're going to see if you can withstand this. And right now, at this point, she can't. I actually think she's mentally shot, too, if you ask me. Now, let's date back to last year when she sat out all those games. Me personally, in my honest opinion, and I've said this plenty of times, I believe she quit on her team. See, that's another part that her stands don't want to talk about. I honestly believe that she quit on her team. I think somebody in her camp was like, yo, let's sit out this year. Let's test this out. Let's see how they do without you. Because remember, people called her the GOAT. People called her the best player in the league, meaning her stands. Like her stands put that battery on her back subconsciously. So it was like, okay, let's sit out the rest of the year and let's see how this team does without me. Well, unfortunately for her, they actually did better without you. The turnovers went down, which she was the queen of turnovers. Do y'all know for her career, she averages 5 turnovers a game? Now, mind you, this is about to be her 3rd year, and she averages 5 turnovers a game for her career. 5 turnovers. That basically means every game she's getting 5 turnovers. She's getting 5 turnovers. That's what that means. So, back to me assuming that she quit. I think she quit on that team. I think somebody in her camp was like, yo, just sit out for the rest of the year. Let's see how they do without you. You the best player on this team. You the GOAT. They're going to struggle without you. But that didn't happen now, did it? They was a few minutes away from the WNBA finals without her. Kelsey Mitchell, Aliyahboston, they carried that team on their back while she was gone and took them a few minutes away from beating the now 2-time champ Las Vegas Aces, and they did it all without her. That's an indictment on her. One would think, okay, they did this without me. Maybe I need to change my game around. Maybe I need to adjust my game. Nope. Still playing the same way. Still doing these logo threes, which you're not making at a high clip. So why do you keep shooting them? You still can't go left. You would think you'll practice that. You still not doing that. You can't function without a pick and roll. Your flopping has gone to an all-time level now. And your defense is abysmal. It is abysmal. And I'm not even going to get to the complaining to the refs. Like, every game you complain to the refs. From a fan that comes to a game to see you, they don't want to see you bitching and complaining to the refs every game. And you do this about a good 4 or 5 times. I remember a game, I think it was in college, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was a college game. They put the camera on her father, and if you read lips well, he's telling her to shut up. Because she going back and forth with the ref. The camera literally zoomed in on her father. Because they went to every game supporting their daughter, and I commend them for that. They literally put the camera in his mug, and if you read lips very well, he telling her to shut up. So clearly he's used to this at a high level. High level. She has not improved her game on no level, and this is all I'm trying to say, and this is all us basketball fans are trying to say. We don't hate this girl at all. We don't. What we don't like is the glazing for her. The glazing for her. The glazing is ridiculous, and it's not warranted. Has she brought, again, I'm going to say this again, has she brought more awareness to women's basketball? Yes, absolutely. I will not take that away from her. I am forever thankful for her for doing that. Because I'm not no casual fan. I've been watching the WNBA, like I said, since 1997. I remember all the greats. It's too many to name. But I was around for all of that. But when she came around, when she arrived, even in college, she was the darling of the town. She put eyes on women's college basketball, and I will always be thankful for her for that. But let's be real, she only got that because Paige got hurt. If you know, you know. Paige was that girl. Remember, that class that Caitlyn Clark was in, Paige was in that class. Paige, angelreese, Cameron Brink, Camila Cardoso, that was your top 5 of that class. I forgot exactly which number Caitlyn Clark was, but you get what I'm saying. And ain't it ironic that all 4 of them in college won a national championship, and the only one that didn't win one would be one Caitlyn Clark? Ain't that ironic? Her game has been detrimental to her. She even said before this season started, she wants to play off the ball more. So this is where I commend her. She wants to get off the ball more. I commend her for that. What she needs to do is take a page from Reggie Miller, Rip Hamilton, run across those screens, run across them curls, set your feet, get the ball, pull up, and shoot a jumper. But she has to develop a mid-game range. She does not have a mid-range game. Everything with her starts and ends with that three-pointer. Skip Bayless had a famous saying, live by the 3, die by the 3. And so far in her young career, that's what she's been doing, living and dying by the 3. Okay, granted, you get to the lane here and there, but when you do a lot of shoving and pushing in the process. That's another thing her stands don't want to talk about. Y'all gloss over these things, but y'all brag about those points, those rebounds, those assists. Y'all never talk about her lack of defense. Well, her non-existence of defense. Y'all never talk about those turnovers. Y'all never talk about that flopping. Y'all never talk about her bad leadership. These are things that we're talking about that y'all gloss over. And it's disgusting. Like, I get it. Y'all worship this girl. I get it. Y'all do. But see, you can't bring that over here to me because I'm not with the go along, get along gang. Like I said, I've seen too many of the greats, and she's not on their level in no capacity. Lisa Leslie, Maya Moore, Cynthia Cooper, Cheryl Swoops, Tina Thompson, Candace Parker, Diana Taurasi, Lindsay Whalen. I'm just freestyling names. Like, y'all get my point. Like, it's too many greats in this league. She's not on their level. I know y'all would like to think that she is, but she's not. Not at all. Now, before I go, I did a video a while ago. I think it was around the time of Unrivaled, where I said that I said Caitlyn Clark wasn't a top 10 player in the league. And I also said she wasn't even a top 10 guard in the league. And I mentioned a whole bunch of names to prove my point. I said Paigebueckers was one. No particular order, but I'm just saying guards that were better than her. Paigebueckers was one of them. Sabrinaionescu was another one. Her teammate kelseymitchell was one of them. kelseyplum was one of them. Jackieyoung was one of them. chelseagray was one of them. kaylamcbride was one of them. Soniacitron was one of them. Aliyahboston was one of them. And Courtneywilliams was one of them. I believe all 10 of those women I mentioned are better than Caitlyn Clark. But you let everybody else tell it, she's a top 10 player in the league. And see, this is another reason why this is another reason that inspired me to do these videos, because we just can't let media outlets continue with the glazing and we just sit here and get away and just go with it. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to voice my opinion. And whoever don't like it, that's your problem. Because I'm not saying anything out of hate. I'm just telling the truth. Nothing that I'm saying is hate. I know the delivery may be a little, strong, but, that's the Brooklyn in me. You get me? But at the end of the day, this is no hate. It's just telling the truth. And some people just can't accept the truth. Do y'all know that every name that I mentioned, each of them, now granted, Caitlyn Clark scores higher than a lot of these girls, a lot of them. Like career wise, because again, we're on the third season right now. The third season just started. So I can only speak on their career averages. Caitlyn Clark scores more than a lot of them. Now, as of recently, Kelsey Mitchell, kelseyplum, Jackieyoung, as in recent years, their career, their scoring averages have gone up. But overall, career-wise, yes, her career average in scoring is higher than them. But see, this is where everything differs. Every player I mentioned are not one-dimensional. They're not one-dimensional. They can go left and right. They can drive to the lane at will. All of these names I mentioned can play defense, or at least make an effort to play defense. Caitlyn Clark has no effort at all. Y'all wonder why she grabbed all those rebounds? Because she's sitting there babysitting. She babysitting, waiting for that ball to come to her. That's why she don't play no defense. But see, these are things that her stands constantly gloss over. All of these girls I mentioned, each one of them that I mentioned, their 3-point percentages is better than Caitlyn Clark. Caitlyn Clark's overall, her career 3-point percentage is 33%. Right now, it's 22%. Ain't it ironic that right now, at this moment, her career 3-point percentage is 22. What number does she wear? Let that marinate for a minute. Every girl that I mentioned, their 3-point career, their career percentage in 3-pointers is better than Caitlyn Clark. And all of them take less 3-pointers than her. Caitlyn Clark averages what? 9 attempts a game, and she only makes 3. All of these girls I mentioned, except for Sabrina, because Sabrina shoot a lot of threes too. I think Sabrina shoots about 6 or 7 threes a game and makes about 2 or 3 a clip. But everybody else, they don't shoot threes like that because they got other attributes to their game. Caitlyn Clark doesn't. She's very one-dimensional. You take that 3-pointer away from her, and she will have a horrible game. And it's been proven. It's been proven. If she struggles shooting that 3, she's going to have a bad game. Now, she might be able to get to the free throw line, but other than that, if she does not shoot them 3-pointers well, she will struggle. And that's been her track record since she's been in the WNBA. So this has nothing to do with injuries. Granted, I get it. Players get injured. I get it. But some players, they also muster from those injuries. Right now, she's been playing average. And when I said that, people thought I was joking. No, right now, she's average. At this current moment, she's average. And the reason she's average is because of the pedestal that you motherfuckers put her on. That's the reason why she's average. Had y'all just shut the fuck up and just let this girl play, none of this would be going on. But y'all want to crown her the GOAT. Y'all want to crown her the best player in the league when we know that's a flat out lie. I just told y'all. She's not even a top 10 guard in the league. So she's definitely not the best player in the league. Because then once you bring in Ajawilson, who is the best player in the league, when you bring in Breanna Stewart, when you bring in Alyssathomas, when you bring in Napheesa Collier, that's 4 other names I just mentioned to you. Where does Caitlyn Clark fall on that list now? That's why I found it ironic that when ESPN, again, one of the culprits that's got me doing this, that's why I call myself the Hood's ESPN. Because ESPN right now is just a piece of shit right now. That's why I'm the Hood's ESPN, because what you're going to hear from me is the truth. So I found it funny when they put that 50 top players in the WNBA for 2026, they had her in the top 10. Which we all know is not true. And they immediately had Kelsey Mitchell right underneath her. When everybody that really knows basketball knows that Kelsey Mitchell is the best player on that Indiana Fever team. It's Kelsey Mitchell, aliyahboston, and then you can say Caitlyn Clark. But you let them stand say it. She's the best player on the team. No, she's the most popular player on the team. She's the most popular player in the league. But just because you're the most popular, that doesn't equal nothing on the basketball court. Again, I'm going to say this again. I never said the girl was a scrub. I never said she was a bum. I never said she was chopped liver. I would never say that about her. I'm just saying that she ain't what y'all thought she was. I'm just saying she ain't what all of these media outlets want to throw in our face. That's all I'm saying. It's clear as day she ain't the GOAT. We know that already. Does she have the potential to be one of the greats? Absolutely. Absolutely she does. But in order for her to do that, she's going to have to adjust to her game. She's going to have to change her game around. And I'm going to say this again. Her style of play has not worked on any level. On any level. It didn't work in high school. It didn't work in college. And it's not working now. 1 + 1 = 2. What's the common denominator in that? I'm going to let y'all figure that out. What's the common denominator in that? So this is not coming from a place of hate. This is coming from a place of truth, and y'all can't accept it. But my mother had a famous saying when I was younger: tough titty. Not tough luck, tough titty. So to you, Caitlyn Clark stands, tough titty with what I'm saying. Because I'm going to continue to speak the truth. I'm going to continue to do it, whether y'all like it or not. It's not a place of hate. It's a place of truth. That's it. I done told you already. I done gave this young woman her flowers. I've acknowledged her countless times. If she has a great game, if she does something wonderful, I'm going to acknowledge it. But when you struggle, when y'all have put her on this pedestal, I'm going to speak on it. That's just the way it is. She's not exempt. Like, she's not exempt from criticism. No, she's not. All the greats get criticized. All of them. She's not exempt. Not at all. So before I go, I just want to say this. Have any of y'all seen the movie Harlem Nights? There's a scene in that movie where what's the guy's name? Phil Cantone. He was played by the late great what's his name, man? What's his name? Sal from Sal's Pizza from Do the Right Thing. He was the cop in the movie. They went to Sugar Ray's club and basically closed it down and threw everybody in jail. And Richard Pryor's character, the late great Richard Pryor, Sugar Ray, he went to the police station and bailed everybody out. And everybody was walking by him, shaking hands and stuff like that. And the late great Reese, who played Vera in the movie, had a famous saying as she walked by with her cane. And that's what I'm going to say right now to all of you Caitlyn Clark stans that have a problem with what I'm saying. Kiss my entire ass. That's it. That's it. So this was fun. Again, I said I want to do this in about 45 minutes. I got things to do. I got to run my errands and get ready for work or whatever. So thank y'all for y'all continued support of the podcast. Keep it going, keep it growing, keep it flowing. If you haven't already, again, it's right there on the bottom of the screen. Subscribe to the channel. Also hit that notification bell so that way once a video is uploaded to YouTube, you will get a notification letting you know I dropped a new video. Like the video, share the video, leave a comment, tell a friend to tell a friend, all that good stuff. In closing, y'all know how this goes. This has been another video of Sportsway with Dray podcast. Again, this is not hate. This is just telling the truth. And if you can't handle the truth, then maybe you need to not watch basketball at all, because there's truth telling over here. There's no sugarcoating over here. So again, for you Caitlyn Clark stans, before I go, kiss my entire ass. God bless. Peace and love. Your boy is out of here. Peace.